And now for a Next News special report.
Breaking tonight, a shocking White House cover-up exposed. President Biden's mental fitness under intense scrutiny as we uncover alarming evidence of repeated consultations with a Parkinson's specialist. The Democrat Party in chaos, desperately trying to maintain a unified front. But can they hide what America already sees? This special report reveals the truth they don't want you to know. So stay tuned for my final thought. It's a wake-up call that every American needs to hear. And as the White House scrambles to hide Biden's mental decline, your savings are eroding faster than the president's memory. But here's a way to protect your health from government deception. Global Gold Investments offers you a golden shield. With gold surpassing $2,400 an ounce, now is the time to act. Call 888-700-4148 and mention Next News for VIP treatment. They're offering a 5-year IRA fee waiver on qualified rollovers. Don't let your financial future become another government cover-up. Call now or click IRAGoldproof.com. The link is in the description. Secure your wealth before it's too late. Now, folks, what we're seeing unfold in Washington is nothing short of a full-blown crisis. The White House is desperately trying to cover up President Biden's declining cognitive health, but the truth is seeping out, and it's worse than we thought. So let's start with this bombshell. Take a look at this New York Post front page. It reveals that a D.C. neurologist specializing in Parkinson's disease visited the White House 8 times in just 8 months. 8 times! When pressed for answers, Biden's team goes into full panic mode. Watch.
And can I just also ask a little, this is the second time in less than a week where the briefing had prompted a need for later clarification on questions about the president's health. And I'm just wondering if you could speak to...
So I disagree. I disagree, Sungming. It's not. Yesterday, a lot of the things that I said right here in this briefing room, I know you were not in the briefing room, it's in the letter. It was in the letter. It was being incorrectly assumed and insinuated that the president had seen Dr. Kennard more than 3 times. I said that it was only 3 times that the president had seen a neurologist. I didn't confirm the name, but I did say it was only 3 times. It was being incorrectly assumed and insinuated that the president was being treated for Parkinson's. I said right here that the president was not being treated for Parkinson's. I actually went a step further and said he wasn't taking medication for Parkinson's. I said that right here. It was also being assumed and insinuated that Dr. Kennard was someone who only worked on Parkinson's when, in fact, he's a general neurologist. That was something that Dr. O'Connor was actually able to confirm, that he was a general neurologist, in fact, a general neurologist. And we also wanted to set the record straight. And so, you know, it is important. We believe it was important to all of you. I actually even said here at the podium, if there was more information that we could provide, we would do that. We would do that. And we did. But many of the things that I said right here is in the letter.
Did you catch that? Karine Jean-Pierre scrambling to explain away these specialist visits. She claims it was only 3 times, not 8. But even 3 visits from a Parkinson's expert should set off alarm bells for every American. And it gets worse. When reporters push for more details, the White House doubles down on their stonewalling. Watch.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't seem to explicitly describe the nature of Dr. Kennard's meeting with Dr. O'Connor. So can you say whether that one meeting was related to care for the president himself?
I can say that it was not.
It was not. Okay, that's great. And can I just ask why that information that was released last night just wasn't said at the briefing yesterday?
Well, no. Actually, a lot of what is in the letter was said at the briefing, to be very, very clear. I said many of the things that were laid out in the letter was actually repeated right here behind this lectern at this podium yesterday. It was what
said that.
Hold on. I said many of the things, and we got clarification, obviously, from Dr. O'Connor, but it was in line with what I said. When I said only 3, right? I said only 3 visits that this particular doctor had. I said a neurologist. What I was not able to confirm is the name, and the reason why is because we do not share private information. That is something that we respect, and we wanted to make sure that we protected our consultants here that work with the White House Medical Unit, their security as well.
Wow. They're hiding behind privacy concerns. But this is not about privacy. It's about the American people's right to know if their president is fit for office. Even Biden's own party is cracking under the pressure. Listen to this Democratic congressman admitting they're not even on the same page about supporting Biden. Watch.
You all on the same page?
No.
What do you mean you're not on the same page?
You're not even in the same book.
Was there a
Support President
concession in
Biden.
the
What's
room?
the outcome of that meeting?
Not even in the same book. That's a stunning admission of the chaos within the Democrat Party. But some Democrats are still clinging to their sinking ship. Watch this parade of denial.
I made clear publicly the day after the debate that I support President Joe Biden and the Democratic ticket. My position has not changed.
But that's Biden and the Democratic ticket. Do you support Biden on the ticket or just Biden and whatever the ticket is?
Same answer.
Listen, we have a great president. He has a great record working with us, a great record of achievement. And I'm hopeful that he will be the next president of the United States.
I had spoken to the president over the weekend. I have spoken with him extensively. He made clear then, and he has made clear since, that he is in this race. The matter is closed. He had reiterated that this morning. He has reiterated that to the public. Joe Biden is our nominee. He is not leaving this race. He is in this race, and I support him.
I really do believe that the more members of our caucus who speak directly to him, the more confident they will feel. So I've encouraged the White House to make sure that the president does as much outreach as possible, or not the White House, but the campaign, that the president does as much outreach as possible.
All right, listen, I'm not here to give advice to my colleagues. They all have independent districts and things that they feel like they have to do. I do think that we should continue to have whatever conversations we need to have with our constituents, with our colleagues. We should have them in private.
It's like watching a bad theater performance. They're reading from a script, desperately trying to convince themselves as much as the American people. Meanwhile, Biden's gaffes and confused moments are piling up. His team can't even guarantee he won't have more mental lapses. Here's Biden's campaign co-chair struggling to defend him. Watch.
Interview yesterday, but can the American people be sure President Biden won't have more mental lapses like what we saw at the debate?
Well, it was a bad debate performance. And it's the same thing that happened to President Obama. He had a bad debate performance going into his reelection, and it's been consistent with other presidents also. So I would once again say, look at his accomplishments, what he's been able to do as president.
A bad debate performance? That's putting it mildly. And comparing Biden to Obama, that's just like swapping one set of failures for another. The American people deserve better than recycled excuses and played-out political tactics. We're not falling for it anymore. But perhaps the most telling moment came when Peter Doocy asked this crucial question. Watch.
Well, he also said he's sharpest before 8 p.m. So, say that the Pentagon at some point picks up an incoming nuke. It's 11 p.m. Who do you call? The First Lady?
He has a team that lets him know of any news that is pertinent and important to the American people. He has someone that is decided, obviously, with his National Security Council on who gets to tell him that news.
The fact that they can't give an answer, a straight answer, about who's in charge during a crisis is terrifying. It's clear that Biden's cognitive decline isn't just a political issue, it's a national security threat. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Folks, the Biden administration is the Titanic, and we've hit the iceberg. They're rearranging deck chairs, denying the obvious. But we, the American people, we see the water rushing in. It's not about politics. It's about our nation's survival. We need a rescue and fast. Trump is our Carpathia, ready to save us from this sinking ship. It's time to send out the SOS because our republic's future hangs in the balance. America, it's time to wake up.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.